Decision 2020. In this election, Democrats felt the Latino vote could help them win states like Florida, maybe even Texas. But Joe Biden's performance in heavily Latino communities did not turn out as they had planned. So joining me now to examine further why this happened is Geraldo Cadava, a historian of the United States and Latin America, that is, at Northwestern University. Thank you so much for getting up nice and early with us this morning. I appreciate you. All right, so nationally, Biden got more support from Latino voters. But if you look really close here at Texas and Miami-Dade County in Florida, it seems that the support fell short a lot. Why is that?
Yeah, I think there's some areas of concern for them. I mean, I think it fell short for a couple different reasons. I think, first of all, it had long been said that Joe Biden, his outreach efforts to Latinos and his efforts to really court the Latino vote started late. And they ramped up pretty heavily and quickly starting over the summer, like around the time of the Democratic National Convention or Hispanic Heritage Month. But I think a lot of Latino political strategists have worried that it was too little too late. And for a long time, political strategists have expressed frustration with candidates trying to reach out to Latinos only in the weeks or months leading up to an election. And then on the other side, for the past 4 years, Donald Trump has been kind of relentless in his pursuit of Latino voters in ways that often fly under the radar because our public attention is drawn so much to the stories about immigration and kids in cages and family separations. But, you know, in a kind of split screen way at the same time, he's been reaching out to Latino business owners and faith groups and evangelical churches for a long time, ever since he took office, really.
So to your point there, it's not just a one issue in the Latino community. Not all Latinos care about the same things. You cannot put everybody in the same group. So how do you then court that Latino vote?
That is a great question, you know. So, yeah, I don't actually believe that there is such a thing as the Latino vote, but I know that there are millions of voters who identify as Latino across the country, and it's important to understand their political behavior. So I think, you know, the smart thing to say and the smart approach recently has been thinking about segmentation and micro-targeting and kind of reaching out to very carefully with targeted messaging to Puerto Ricans in Central Florida, for example, or Cubans in South Florida, or Mexican Americans in Arizona or Texas. And I think the Trump campaign has done some of that, but I think he's also relied on a kind of broad-based appeal with these issues like religious freedom and the success of his economy and you know, sparking fear of socialism and communism in the United States. So, you know, I think the really important thing to do is to begin to recognize Latinos as a truly national population who can not only make differences in swing states like Arizona and Texas or Florida, but also really across the country, even in places like Wisconsin and Michigan and Pennsylvania, the number of Latino eligible voters far exceeds the thin margins we're seeing right now.
I think that's a really important point. As I was watching all of the coverage that's happening around the country, really that was a point that they were making, is that Latinos exist everywhere. And so, yeah, you can't lump everybody together, and they care about the economy as much as they care about immigration. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, figure it out. All right. Geraldo Cadava, thank you so much. Historian of the United States and Latin America, that is, at Northwestern University. Thanks again. I appreciate your perspective this morning.
Thank you so much.